Hello everyone. In this video, I'll be hunting the Mechanical Raid in Ormond. To access this spawn, you must have the rank of Citizen in the Rathelton quest, which means you have cast 300 votes. This spawn is very close to the depot in Ormond. From the depot, we'll exit the town to the south and head into the Gluth factory. The Mechanical Raid can be found to the south. The way the raid system works here in the Gluth factory is every hour after server save, a raid will trigger and last for approximately 45 minutes. That means if the servers come up at 7 minutes after the hour, these raids will start throughout the rest of the day at 7 minutes after the hour. Either the Minotaur, Mechanical, or Wildlife raid will take place. You can cast votes with the NPC Marvin and check the board next to him to see which raid is currently voted for. The raid with the most votes has the highest chance of occurring, but it is not guaranteed. You won't know which raid it is until you check. You can either time it to come right at the time the raid should start to have a better chance of getting the spawn, or wait until about 10 to 15 minutes after it starts so there'll be some more density to increase your experience. You'll find lots of creatures while hunting this spawn, both variety and quantity. The Mechanical Raid contains Gluth Golem, Worker Golem, Rust Heap Golem, Metal Gargoyle, War Golem, High Voltage Elemental, and Walker. There are also stationary structures called Gluth Battery and Control Tower, which do damage and can be killed, but they are not worth your time to kill. Just avoid them as much as possible. You can also find a boss named the Gluth Bomb. The Gluth Bomb can be found in the southern part of the spawn, and once you see it, the Gluth Bomb will begin rolling in a straight line across the spawn until it reaches the entrance. If you stand on screen, it may do a little bit of damage to you, but generally won't affect you at all. It also will leave a trail of fire in its wake. I would recommend level 350 to start hunting this spawn. Though the damage wasn't high in my analyzer during my hunts when I was collecting statistics, don't let that fool you. I was wearing an enchanted pendulum at the time and was avoiding being trapped in large pulls. If you are 8-boxed and another wave drops in on top of you, you'll be taking a lot of damage. This won't be as much of a concern if you are a higher level and or have good equipment. When you are first starting out though, I recommend staying close to the walls so you don't pull too much or even make it so 8 creatures won't attack you at once. The most abundant creature by far in this raid is the Gluth Golem. It will also be doing the most damage. If you want to use a charm or any praise, these will be your best bet. None of the other creatures will come close to the amount. The next most abundant creature in the spawn is the Worker Golem. Also, just a note, the Control Tower and Gluth Battery are not found in the bestiary. When hunting here, I used 1 powerful crit, 2 powerful life leech, 2 powerful mana leech, and an intricate magic level imbue, which I always have in my coif. Surprisingly, energy will be your best element here. I generally use thunderstorms, but avalanche can be a decent option. Fire will be the most effective against the Gluth Golem, but some of the other creatures will resist it quite a bit. When hunting here, I ended up doing short hunts. I would typically be making around 2.5 to 3 mil per hour. You do have to remember that the raid uptime is only 45 minutes at most, depending on when you arrive. In the end, I'd walk away with around 3 million experience in 20-25 minutes. During the raid, I typically made around 300k profit in the same amount of hunting time, not counting the cost of imbues. The loot here is pretty consistent, but can be boosted if you manage to loot a few silver raid tokens, and depending on how much they are worth on your server. Based off the input analyzer, the max DPS I received was 1,711. As I mentioned earlier, don't let this deceive you. If you get trapped with many of these creatures at once, the damage can really add up. Gluth Golem was pretty consistently around the 65% damage mark, with War Golems hovering around 10%. The High Voltage Elemental, Rust Heap Golem, Worker Golem, and Walker fluctuate between 3 and 9%. Typically, I was receiving 70% physical damage and 25% energy damage. There were a few other damage types, but not worth mentioning, as they will all be under 1% for the most part. As a paladin, you definitely want to use an enchanted pendulum for the additional physical and energy protection. There are a total of 175 charm points available if you unlock all of the creatures here. Each creature will take 1,000 kills to complete. You should be able to complete Gluth Golems in 4 or 5 raids. Most of the other creatures you will complete somewhere else, but will make some decent progress if this is a spawn you hunt regularly. This is one of the best places to make progress on Walker. I would kill around 30 per raid. You also finish High Voltage Elementals before you finish Walker, but they can also be completed quicker in Warzone 5 if you want the points. Hopefully, this video could help you become familiar with the spawn. If you have any questions, or if you try the spine out for yourself, let me know in the comments. It would be helpful to see how different vocations and level ranges are able to handle it. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment below as it will help me out. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting.